Hey there, comic fans. This is Comicfan with once again another episode of the Humble Hall. We've just got a couple books today. Nothing great. You know what? Actually, I was a little surprised. I went to a place that I totally gave up on a couple months ago. Went back to it, and lo and behold, they had some new books. So, who was I to say no to go dig through those boxes? I did just that. But I only came back with about 6 books. In addition to this Humble Haul today, I thought I'd do another special segment. I think I'd bring up the issue of something called distributor marks or distributor stripes. I'll get more into that after I show you the books that I got. All right, so like I said, I went to a local shop and dug through these boxes. We got, let's show you real quick what I got. This little bundle of books cost me $6.72. I was pretty proud of it. So let me show you what we got out of that. Got this. Justice League Europe, number 23. Some people debate that this is the first full appearance of the Crimson Fox. I do know she makes an early appearance, I believe, in Justice League number 6. Now, I'm thinking, although I don't have number 6, they're already addressing her by the first name in this book. I would highly suggest that you go and check out, I believe, number 6, just to see because if they're already addressing her by her first name in this book, I'm pretty sure that she made more than a cameo appearance. Wouldn't you agree? I'll go and hunt that book down, and I'll do the research, see what we come up with. Along with that, we also came with a Solar Man of the Atom number 1. Very early Valiant, we all know that. I wasn't expecting this to be in there, especially for $1 in the condition that it was in. I was all right taking that home. Another fine example of Barry Windsor Smith art. It's definitely different. It's not something I normally subscribe to, but you know what? Barry Windsor Smith does have some pretty good stuff every once in a while. His artwork was a little, it just wasn't the same. It was actually pretty refreshing and different. Anyway, I also got this in one of the boxes. Transformer number 1. Never had it. I'm really happy I found it in the wild rather than finding it in a bin at a convention. That really makes it really cool. This was a really high grade book. I was very happy to see this in there. Considering how long it had been in the same bag and board for a while. So this was actually a really good thing to find. I think this one. Actually, I said I bought it all for $6.72. So I don't know actually on average without the sticker. I don't know what the sticker price was. Also, this was in that box. So happy to find that. Captain Marvel number 14. The first panel appearance of Kamala Khan. Hey, that's great with me to find this in the boxes. I am fine. I will take it every single chance I get. So now that we got all that out from that one shop, I also went to another shop. Although I didn't bring home anything, I found tons of stuff. The only problem was the prices that they were marking it at and the prices I was willing to spend were very far apart. I was very disappointed because in that shop were some really great Silver Age and Bronze Age books. I could tell you about what I found, but what good does it do if I didn't bring them home, right? Okay, so I got this as a random act of kindness from our fine people at Rocket Comics. He had a bunch of these copies, and he was feeling very generous enough to go ahead and unload one of these on me. I was like, all right. Sounds good to me. I'll take it. Daredevil number 300. Very nice issue with a couple zeros at the end of it. So I remember picking this up off the rack when I was a kid, and I'm happy to have it back. Okay, so now that I finished that little bundle haul, I'm going to get into the subject of what's described as distributor marks or stripes. And I'll give you a visual of what I found. This was actually one of the books I found in the wild this week, although it wasn't at the shop I had mentioned before. This was somewhere else. I found another Conan the Barbarian number 23. After all this time, the copy I showed you in the last episode, I actually bought it off eBay, and I overpaid for it. But this one, I paid $3.50 plus tax. I should have just waited, right? Well, you never know when you're going to find your next haul. So I found this, very happy with it. It's in a better condition than the one I'd purchased previously, except with one condition. This one, I'll show you really quick. If you notice, this one has some blue inking along the spine. And also, it's actually right there in the pages. Very interesting. I've come across these before. I actually have this on my Giant Size X-Men number 1. If you notice, there's some faint blue markings on the pages. Now, this is just something that's always interested me. I always wanted to do some research, and I've had the answer for a while. I've went and consulted with a couple of people that are in the know, and also did some online research. And this is what I came up with. Now, basically, like I said, these were considered distributor marks or distributor stripes. And basically what happens is the distributor or the wholesaler came along with a brush or a sprayer with some ink. Now, they weren't always blue. They're typically well known as having the blue ink on them, but I have seen every once in a while with a different one. And this is the theories on why they actually put on those blue stripes or marks. First of all, they were mostly done in the comics of the 1970s, and that's demonstrated by what I have here. Now, prior to that, I believe the Silver Age, what had happened when a book went unsold, they actually ripped off the top portion of the cover, making it unsellable and undesirable for buyers and their collectors. So they came up with this kind of method. Now, it's not really clear on the exact purpose on what they did it, but these are what the theories were. They actually were done as either one, a way to mark old stock and easier to identify on the newsstands to remove for the new stock to be replaced. Also, another theory was that they were done as a way to remove stock and or get credit for what had been unsold on the newsstand. Although some of these would probably normally be destroyed, since it would be very costly to go and return the books back to the manufacturers. Now, seeing that the weight and the copies, depending on how many copies had to be returned, it just wouldn't be financially feasible to go and move that kind of stock back if you had something that didn't sell very well. But normally what happened is that these were marked and moved on to the secondhand market and sold to secondhand buyers to allow them to purchase it at a cheaper, reduced rate. And they would simply pick out the ones that had the least amount of spraying and display those first to sell, and the ones that were heavily, not soiled, but heavily inked would be at the bottom of the pile for resale. Such as something like this. This is considered pretty heavily inked. There's obviously overspray, and there's overspray on the backside as well. But the interesting thing about this is that since this was directly related to manufacturing, the practice wouldn't be identified as a defect. So if you were to go and have this graded by CGC, this might be overlooked as by a grading company as a defect. It wouldn't really be considered a defect. But let me forewarn you, if you're going to go and try to get a 9.8 or 9.9 and so on and so forth, a high-grade copy, that's when things might be coming into perspective where it wouldn't really it wouldn't be counted as a high-grade copy. But I have known some things, funny things that happen where a grading company such as CGC would turn a blind eye to a defect such as that. Okay, so that's my little spiel on something I thought I'd share with you guys. And it's just a little, a little extra tidbit to my humble haul. Until the next time, guys, you guys go ahead and I will see you soon, and happy hunting. This is Comicfan. See you guys later.